What up, guys? Welcome to this stream. Sorry for the minor glitches. The first attempt. Hoping that things are smooth here. It looks like it is. I'm sorry if I'm looking over here. I'm still situating my stream setup, so bear with me. But yeah, so I want to do 10 streams, and uh, it's like they're basically discussion based streams and request streams and challenge streams. So, like, if you have any trick requests that you want to see me do, if you're deep into the game, or if you have any questions about the game, um, I'm I'm here for you guys to talk about it. I have 10 things that I want to break down, and I was going to make just a single video on this, but I realized that each of these discussion topics could go deep. Um, and I want to hear from you guys to know what your thoughts are on these topics. Um, so today's stream is more or less going to be pretty chill. Also, because in terms of the world of EA, there's been kind of some ongoing development in terms of possible buyout. And to be honest, I haven't actually looked into it deeply, so I'm also going to depend on you guys in order to inform me about that because I try to stay out of politics as much as possible. And I mean, is it going to change things? Hopefully not, but I guess I'm just going to press forward in hopes that things don't change and the long-term plan that the development team at Skate, um, you know, follow through with that. But I mean, if it does shake things up, this whole buyout, then I mean, obviously, like stuff like that happens, unfortunately, with big companies and shareholders and all of those things. So, I mean, I hope it doesn't change things because I've uh, I've I have a lot of faith in the team, and I think a lot of what EA is doing is good, and I have good reason to believe that, which I want to break down. But um, yeah, the first thing that I want to cover today and really highlight is that the perspectives that I have are not of EA's. This isn't a sponsored stream. Um, and yeah, so I'm coming into it pretty open-minded to hearing what you guys have to say, and I'll leave the chat window open here. Try to get that going if I can find it in amongst here. I think I separated it. Yeah, I did. Okay, good. Okay, sweet. So yeah, if you guys jump into chat and you want to, yeah, if you want to jump in on this topic, then sweet. Um, but yeah, so the first thing that I really wanted to just highlight is that my perspectives that I'm going to be breaking down over the next, uh, I guess, yeah, like 9 other streams, because this stream is really just open for discussion across the board. Um, just kind of like getting to know you guys if you jump in and also play the game. So yeah, I just want to emphasize that. But I also want to build up the anticipation for you guys to know that a lot of the perspectives that I have might be a little controversial. Just fair warning. And yeah, but without further ado, I think we should jump into the game and actually get some gameplay in. But before I do that, I do want to. Uh, I do want to. I have a request for you guys. Um, so I'll play that now. Listen, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, like and subscribe, but come on, tell me you don't know. You know what to do. You know what to do. Have you done it yet? All right. So now that we got that out of the way, I have to ask because every YouTube channel does um, yeah, its success rides on you guys and your support for creators like myself. And although I don't have a huge portfolio or a track record um, on YouTube, I've kind of been slowly trying to get back into it, and it's a long term plan, which is why I'm trying to curate some quality content for you guys. And I hope you guys appreciate the aspect ratio that I'm choosing as like a general theme um for my entire channel. I really like uh wide angle, um like 21 by 9 aspect ratio. It's really hard to work with when it comes to uh video editing. um it's just not a very common aspect ratio and resolution to work with in video editing software. But if any of you guys also create content and you're in that space and you know of a video program that's easy to use, not uh, expensive, like not Adobe level expensive, and is that works well with 21 by 9 aspect ratio, let me know, because so far I've tried Filmora, I've tried DaVinci Resolve, um, and oddly enough, Canva, out of all these professional softwares, Canva is the most easiest to use for 3440 by 1440 aspect ratio for some reason, which I just find is kind of hilarious because it's so affordable. I mean, granted, the UI now I'm not even talking about Skate, but the UI for Canva they really got to improve their video side of things. Like it's not a video editing software, but um, I'm working with what I can and what is actually working because yeah, a lot of the other big professional software companies, I don't know, they kind of failed to. There's a whole ton of bugs. Now I'm totally just trailing off, totally off topic, but yeah, there's just so many like aspect ratio bugs. Like either I would import the media into the software and there would be bars on the top and bottom with Filmora, or on the side if I tried to like crop it into the canvas. So either way, I was getting like issues, and I tried to look it up, chat GPT it and Gemini it and Google it and YouTube it and try to find people, who are struggling with the same thing. And of course, I couldn't find anybody because not very many people actually work in this the wide angle look. But I mean, I love it. There's you just you can see so much more. And I understand that the majority of you guys are going to have that black bar on the top and bottom or on the sides, depending on how you're viewing it and what screen. And I understand that most of you guys are would be viewing this content on a 16:9 screen. But to those who have wide angle monitors or they have a wide angle phone, you're welcome. There's not very many content creators who are serving people who prefer the wide angle, the widescreen streaming and content, but I'm here to serve you guys in that regards. And for everyone else who's in running 16:9, I'm sorry. All I can say is you don't know what you're missing. The Ultrawide is what's up. But it's not without its challenges. So yeah, the perspectives that I want to break down over the next like nine streams and just start kind of like an open discussion is not sponsored. They're not going to be sponsored. But yeah, I would absolutely love to hear what you guys have to say. Now, to give you some background context on my knowledge of skate, and maybe even we'll go the broader perspective of we'll even tack back in there EA and my history with EA games in general. I've played a lot of Sims 4, and that might sound really weird, but I love architecture, so that's kind of why. That's why I've played Sims 4, and I have bought a lot of the packs in the past in order to expand the options of what you can build. So I'm not unfamiliar with games that have like packs and microtransactions and things like that. And the downside of what comes with that at times, like for example, I started out by playing Sims 4 on PlayStation, and then I moved to PC, and of course none of your packs get ported over to PC. So you've like spent all this money on these packs for PlayStation, and then you have to buy them all over again when you jump over. And I don't want to spoil like future content plans, but excuse me. I mean, that kind of poses like one argument or a debate, I guess, when it comes to like game platforms and how they're building them out to be sustainable. And make money, but still also serve the community in a way that is actually for the community. So being online, always online, I mean, there's kind of like one benefit right there. I like that you can earn, by playing the game, you can earn those aesthetics essentially by playing the game. In Sims, it's not like that, right? So I know Sims and Skate are very different, but just from like a transactional side of things, you don't have to spend a ton of money on Skate. The fact that it is free to play that's good. That makes it accessible for skaters, which is a good thing. And if you go from one platform to the next, change platforms, maybe you're gonna, play it on PC now, then I guess one thing that I don't know, maybe you guys know more than I do, is whether if you move from PC to console in this game currently, does all of your stuff come with you? That is, honestly, I actually didn't even think about that until just now. That's what these discussions are about, right? I mean, I guess I could just look it up right now. After I do this challenge. Before I started the stream, I was kind of like locked in, just trying to bang out these challenges. And that, yeah. The challenges, I think, could definitely be improved upon so that things feel more fresh. But one thing that I like, as far as like aesthetics go, one thing that I think they should maybe change, and it's very small, it's a very subtle change, is like highlighting, the styled highlighting in a lot of the challenges. I feel like the objects that they're highlighting, I get it. They're trying to direct you to where the objects are that you're trying to hit, right? But I think the bearings above the trees there are enough. I think that's enough. I guess what I'm trying to say is like I think they, by highlighting it like that, the whole like area, it's like maybe over stylized. And I'm not against the like stylizing games and stuff. So as long as it's like appropriate to the game, and I think it is for a skate game to have like some style. I mean, they've done it before. But the highlighting thing, I think that's one thing they need to chill out on. And it's not such a problem functionally when it comes to these challenges, because I mean you're just hucking yourself off of buildings and hitting trees, right? Like it's not gonna it's not like the highlighting is taking away from the objective, right? However, with the challenges that that involve like grinding a ledge or hitting a staircase or a handrail, I find that like the highlighted areas make it harder for you to gauge where to get onto the rail or the ledge, and that's where it's like it's kind of hindering the functionality of the challenge. It's just a very small thing. They could easily, change that. Also, in terms of AI and V, and I'll go into more depth, and hopefully this sparks more discussion, because I really do want more people to be on stream here with me, kind of getting involved in this discussion, these discussions, and these topics that I have. But as far as AI goes, there are some things that make sense for game developers to implement AI into. And I don't know if you guys have used, I'm sure you've used AI assistants or different AI models, but the ChatGPT voice model is pretty crazy. Even Gemini, um, like Siri, there's just so many AI chat voices that are gradually getting better, and there's some out there that aren't quite as popular. For example, like Pi AI, that's more of like a companion, not romantic companion type app, but like um an app that you can like just have casual conversations with, or like productive conversations with. Probably more intuitive, and like the emotion of the tonality in Pi's voice is pretty accurate. And I guess what that has to do with like a game like this is that with AI you could potentially have like her commentary to these challenges change so that it's not just the same every time, which is a good way to keep the game and these challenges fresh. One aspect of keeping them fresh. So in that regards, I'm pretty open-minded about V, and I think they nailed the tonality of her voice. I say her, but really it's it's just coding, which is kind of interesting that most AI companions are, for the most part, identified as females. Interestingly enough, I wonder why that is. If you ever thought about why that is, which is also kind of why I thought Tron Ares was really sick. I saw that twice in theaters. I had to go and see it twice. It's just a franchise that hasn't gotten quite the same amount of love as Marvel and and Star Wars. So any way that I I can support a franchise that I love so much, in that way, I will go and do. And I saw it first in Screen X, and then I saw it in 3D second time. And I'll be honest, after seeing it in 3D, I was like, oh man, I wish they just had like a 3D Screen X experience. Like that, they just need to like put those two things together. And if it costed more, whatever, who cares? It like I'll spend $5 more on going and seeing a movie in a Screen X 3D experience. That would be so sick. Just like full 3D, especially with a movie like Tron. Oh man. But Screen X was worth it. I'm a big fan of 3D as well, but the ultra wide Screen X experience, although it wasn't in 3D, I don't know. Something about it was maybe arguably better than seeing it in 3D. Hot take. Maybe not so hot, because I think that is a a pretty common opinion on 3D. A lot of people, some people get nauseous watching movies in 3D. I think that's kind of why it fell away, sadly. That's not the case for me. I do actually really like 3D content, 3D games, but unfortunately, it just kind of fell away. I think that's probably because of VR. I think VR kind of replaced 3D. It'd be cool if they actually implemented the 3D screens into a VR headset. I don't know if that would be like too hard for them to engineer, but because the glassesless 3D panels, they do exist. Like the Nintendo DS 3D. Maybe that technology is patented by Nintendo. Maybe that's why it didn't go anywhere, but some pretty cool technologies out there driving both the game and movie industry. That's for sure. All right, we're almost done all of these challenges. And then maybe we'll go and do some like realistic skating. I think that's one thing about this game that you kind of have to like go into preliminary with some like understanding, accepting that like you don't have to do the challenges to enjoy the game. In fact, when you don't do the challenges and you're just skating around, like filming and stuff like that, I don't know, if you're anything like me and you like high level of realism in your gameplay. I mean, that's what games are, right? It's a form of escapism. And anything that brings a game a little bit more anything that makes it feel a little bit more real, I think interests me a lot. Whether it's like the movement or the design itself. Oh, I need to do a triple flip. Okay. Try this one again. And I think one thing that like I'm holding out for is I'm hoping that they maybe add in the future. I don't know how easy it would be. It might actually be hard for them to do, but if they were able to bring like cross chat to skate, man. Like I don't know if any of you guys saw Arc Raiders, that game that is coming out pretty soon. I tried the server slam and man, it's kind of set the bar really high for me for games now in terms of like features that games could add into the game that brings a higher level, higher element of player connection to the game. And I think that's what Arc Raiders just absolutely nailed, is the quality of the cross chat was just is just absolutely amazing. And if games like Skate were able to implement that into this game, that would take this game to the next level for sure. That would, oh, being able to like communicate not just like in gestures and stuff, like that's cool. And I love those features, the emotes and like the gestures and all of this is cool. But cross chat, yeah, that's probably a tall ask though. I don't know if it's actually on their radar. I mean, after the Arc Raiders launch, maybe it is now. Hopefully it is. All right. Okay. Let's load up on some swag. And then maybe go hit up Sandvan and do some filming. Which that one's pretty well executed. Crazy that there's 4 currencies now. That is pretty crazy. And I guess in the spirit of the fact that it's the end of October, to everyone who watches this, I guess later on, or they drop into the stream, happy Halloween, preemptively, I guess. I do think that they did a pretty good job of the parks, and I think that's one thing that we can go and do. Just kind of check them out. I did already check them out a little bit, so I've explored them quite a bit already. Or leggings. Honestly, I actually I don't mind the leggings simply because they don't have skinnies in the game. I know it's kind of I don't know, out of fashion I guess right now, but I guarantee you skinnies will come back again. Seems to be how it is. Like 10-year cycles of like going from baggy to skinnies, back to baggy, back to skinnies. All right. What a freaking weird sticker. Oh. Right, we're done. have so many like chocolate currencies. Should we get the cat? Let's get the cat. I honestly don't know what else I'm gonna spend these chocolate stickers on, and it's not really clear as to whether they're a currency just for the Halloween thing or not, to me. It says it's current for another 17 days, but does that mean that the chocolate currencies are going away? Are they gonna be is it gonna be a different type of currency when the next event comes on? I don't know. Maybe they did say that. Maybe they were specific about these things, and I don't know. But if you know, let me know. Inform me. I'm cool with that. Sometimes it's better than going to AI and trying to get informed. Sometimes more accurate. Maybe we'll do the tombstone too. Why not? I might be spending these chocolate currencies mindlessly, and I'm gonna end up possibly regretting it in the future if I need it for something that switches up in, I guess, 17, 18 days. I think that's about it. Maybe the grip tape one. It's kind of cool. Um, was I on it? Yeah, there we go. There we go. And we do have some season. The ticks. Usually I go for these currencies, the premium currency, because you get enough of those, then you actually can purchase the branded stuff without necessarily needing to like actually spend money. But I'm realizing that it takes a lot of ticks in order to get any of these Sandvan bucks. So I guess it's like a small little discount on any of your purchases of like these actual branded products. I really hope they bring Nike back. But yeah, let's go to the community parks. Leggings. Peach. Anime. It's kind of fun. Got the cat sticker. Right. Nice. Cool gesture. Yeah, I like these gestures. They're pretty cool. That one's sweet. This one's sweet, the Ninja Run. This is me every day. Just kidding. Got the Ninja Run, got the board balance. That one's pretty cool. This reminds me of like freaking Chris Martin, Coldplay, Sky Full of Stars. That's all I can think of when I see that. And this one just reminds me of freaking Star-Lord. What are you doing? All right. Community parks. My freaking squirrel brain. All right. How can you tell I spend a lot of time at home alone for the most part? Yeah, this is crazy. Oh, they added some green lighting to it now? Sick. See, okay, the fact that the devs can do this, add like green lighting and stuff like that, this would be something that would be awesome for them to add to the item drops is like lighting. And on the topic of lighting, it'd be really cool if they actually like created a day night cycle and maybe like some light weather changes too. Because like these events are cool. And I do like that they're temporary and I also understand that they they have these events that are like seasonal events for specific designated areas because then oh my god. So, what's up, buddy? You go, okay, you want to dance? Oh my god. Sky full of stars. Oh yeah, nice. What, you don't like the ninja run? Oh, come on. Oh, why are you guys sad? Don't be sad. You need some candy. You need to get some energy in you. So do I. On that topic of energy, I'm just gonna shuffle with the bus. Apparently, did you guys see that shuffle? That was actually pretty hilarious. Okay, I just need a sip of coffee. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, these events are cool. I do like that they separated. Uh, I like that they separated this event from this season, the seasonal changes to the map. That part I get because I feel like if they took the Halloween event type stuff and they started integrating that into the rest of the map, then it kind of takes away from the other event that's simultaneously happening at the same time. So I do understand their decision making on kind of keeping those things separate. Because I mean, even from like a content creator's perspective, even though the Halloween stuff is cool, if you tried to like if you integrated all of that stuff into the rest of the map, then for anyone who's like skating the other event type stuff, then there's kind of like too much crossover going on. And let's be honest. In the store, they literally gave you items here like a tombstone and a coffin and some pumpkins, right? That you could drop in there. So if you wanted to like take that Halloween theme and run with it and go to a different part of the map, well, there you go. There's some items. Problem solved. But yeah, I do like that they used this like masonite stuff, which is pretty cool. It looks like it's got like some sort of, I don't know, square thing on it. It's almost not masonite, but yeah, the bats are pretty cool. The lighting again. Yeah, see like the floor. Oh, like these lights here. That's dope. That's that's dope. That's some pretty cool lighting. One thing I found when I was exploring this, I mean, okay, just to be a little critical, I don't know how functional this rail is, or even that rail. So, I mean, I did see some comments online talking about how it looks like they got AI to create the park as well. I don't know, maybe they did have like AI create the base of the park and then adjusted the rest. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but those rails are pretty useless over there. But to be fair, when you're working with like kind of like a smaller amount of space, I could see that being maybe somewhat of a design challenge. But the vibe, the atmosphere, they got, yeah, they did a pretty good job of like creating a Halloween atmosphere. There's clearly a theme here going on. Oh, there's another skeleton on the roof over there. That's cool. And one thing I found, and I'm probably approaching this like obstacle going the wrong way. Oh, come on. It might be something that you're supposed to like come in from the top. Okay, let's try to get up here. I think I like almost. Oh yeah, there we go. Before I got up here, it was like I all of a sudden turned into like some sort of like spider human, and I was like scaling up the wall there. He did it a lot more graceful this time. I should have clipped that to show you guys, but yeah, the ambiance up here. Pretty crazy the amount of detail that they put into small little area. And then here, there's like a maze that they created. Oh, is that the right way? Is it the eye? Is the eye the hint? I think I went that way before. Yep. Parkour! 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 Oh man. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, we gotta walk with grace. Little climbing pipe. I think they added that. Yeah, look at the lighting, man. So cool. Has nothing to do with skateboarding, but it's still very cool. It's cool. I'll dive more into that, the whole skateboarding part, a little bit later. But this, these, events and these types of things, I do have to say, bring a level of like immersion into the game. Oh, is this the wrong way? Nope. I took. Oh, I'm totally going a different way this time. I also didn't slide on my belly last time. I did the whole like. What is it? Roll. There's a. Is it B? Oh, it's B. Yeah, B. Yeah, this is the way that I went. Oh, oh my goodness. It's just derping. I made it out. I heard a clap. I don't know where that clap was coming from. But thank you, sir, wherever you are. I made it out of the maze. Wait, what's up there? Is that actually something? Yeah, I mean, they added like a lot of detail. It's pretty sweet. And if this is like kind of a somewhat of a sneak peek as to like what kind of items they might bring for the item drop option, specifically the lighting, like I really hope that they bring lights to the item drop. Yeah, I'd be so sick. Oh, my bad. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take a different path. Parkour. I wonder if there's something built into this thing, or if it's just a platform. Like if there's something inside here, I'll have to explore further. But this is crazy. Let's go for it. Oh my goodness. So much speed. Yeah. The the one thing that I have to say about like the movement and everything, because I also play COD, and I know, COD's been Warzone has been around for a while now, but the movement, the Omni movement, is like it's something special, man. And if I really have, you know, the movement that your character does is pretty impressive. Like when you're standing on a ramp, his feet actually like kind of curve down. I mean, it's not completely, yeah, it finds surfaces pretty well, which is kind of crazy. And one other like micro improvement that I've seen is that when you're like moving, turning, your feet shift. When you're grinding, sometimes your feet bend to the board. It's so in terms of like realism, it's there when you're looking for it. And if that's what you're filming, like if that's the kind of content that you're doing, it's there. You can play it the game that way. But one thing that I have noticed in like filming in different spots around the map is that sometimes there'll be the UI in the way. I'm trying to find an example of this. I'll show you an example. Okay, so for here, for example, yeah, so like the UI for this challenge here, it does get smaller the closer you get to it, which is good. However, like say for example, I'm wanting to hit that ledge behind it, and I want to actually like be able to see what I'm doing. It kind of somewhat gets in your way in your line of sight. And now it's now it seems to be getting smaller. Even smaller than before. But there you go. There's an example of like why this like online side of things is actually a good thing, because these micro adjustments that they can make yeah, quickly, to just like continuously polish the game up. Oh, that was a good line. I was trying to film here yesterday, kind of like these ledges. Oh shit. Oh my god. Ah, that was not a good pop. Neither was that. Yeah, see, like there. Like, it's kind of hard for me to gauge the distance there to approach this spot, because the UI is in the way. So I feel like if there was a way for them to be able to, I don't know. UI is always a challenge, right? I feel. And I guess I side with like like an ultra minimalistic UI style, while also trying to like, have your own personality to your game. So I do actually appreciate the type of style that they chose. Kind of reminds me of like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I feel like Sony was the pioneers of that. Sony Animation Studio was like the pioneers of that kind of that animation style. I might be wrong. There may have been someone else that did that first, but that animation style definitely exploded after Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse came out. But yeah, that's kind of an example, probably a good example of that. Okay, let's go check out that other community park. Just kind of cruise over there. Hey, and to all the people who said that San Van is just like ultra super clean, there's no trash around. I don't know if I'm seeing this correctly, but I'm seeing some trash. And it makes sense because there's a food truck right there. Although if you you live in my community, people just freaking throw their trash like anywhere and everywhere out their windows, biodegradable or not. Kind of sad. That's a pretty sweet planter gap. All right. So let's check out this third spot. I've already done the challenges, so this actually is going to kind of be like a different perspective here for me. I know there's a skull up there and some like details. Yo, dude. How do I do this? Hi, dude. What's up? We kind of look the same. You look pretty fly, dude. Okay. All right. See, this is where cross chat would be sick. If I could just like walk up to someone and just start up a real conversation, you know? He doesn't like that trick. He's like, no. Hopefully they do that. But yeah, this is kind of an interesting spot. But compared to the actual city, you know, there's an ambiance, you know, there's a theme, but and you got to bear in mind that it they are still calling this a they're still calling it early access. So I'm going to look at all of this from that perspective. This is still early access. Sound effects. Yeah. These spots, pretty cool. That gap to rail looks sick. Wonder how hard that would be. Let's see. Let's try it out. Whoa! Kickflip front lip. The sound design is pretty sick too. Like the fact that like all the textures sound different. They did do a really good job on that. Yeah. I feel like that one's This one is, I don't know. They're definitely transition-oriented parks. It's one thing that I noticed. So it does, I don't know. Does kind of leave a lot to be desired, if I'm honest, for what they come up with for future events. Okay, let's hit this rail because this rail's pretty sick. It actually looks pretty realistic. That was not a cool trick. Nollie front board. Big spin front blunt. Kickflip nose grind. Ooh, that was sick. See, this is actually how I like playing the game. But does it make for good content? It's like, I hate to say it, but like, this is where like the whole, oh, that was sick. Okay. All right. Let's look at this. That was so sick. Okay, let's get a good angle. Let's go through showcasing some of the features in the replay editor. Keyframes. I'm freaking so excited for keyframes. I have to look at the roadmap to find out when that's coming, but that is going to be a huge game changer. And one thing that I have noticed is like the frame rate stability still needs a bit of work. All right, let's actually wait. Is he? Yeah, he's approaching it from that angle. Maybe do like a zoomed shot as if like I'm on this roof here. And then zoom in. Maybe tripod would be better because then I can actually follow it. Confirm. Can we zoom in anymore? Not really. All right, that's cool. And then okay, the replay speed is already slow. Let's take the UI away, get them running, see how it turned out. I like slow-mo. Pop shove, front smith, revert, or front 180, or to fakie. See, that's just sick. Could get a better angle of it though. Let's try. We're gonna have to zoom back out. Let's try maybe more of like a fisheye. Fisheye type look. The lighting, the golden hour look. I dig that. That was a good choice, guys. It just makes it look so much more warm. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, but one thing that I have noticed is the stability of the frame rate in the replay editor. it's really, really choppy. And I'm not sure if that's because it's only capped at 60 frames per second. So in slow-mo, it may not look as good, but it doesn't look like it's a frame rate. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to tell whether it's a frame rate issue or like a network stability issue, but it's just choppy. Let's see what it looks like. Normal speed. UI settings, normal speed, scrub speed. Sure, we'll just stick with that. Yeah. So it's still choppy. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm streaming. It could be maybe a hardware related issue, possibly, but some freaking S-Matic Matty slow motion styled footage here. Yeah. See that? That is like where I'm in the future of this game. I want to spend most of my time in the replay editor. So as far as game features go, as a content creator that wants to continue playing this game, yeah, the replay editor is a major tool that needs some polishing up still, and I'm excited for them to do that. It seems like they're aware and they are committed to doing that. Maybe them adding keyframes is going to help fix that too. Also, the HDR in this game is something special too. They did a really good job on the lighting, like a really good job. And if they can add a day night cycle to the game to kind of like have the environment have its own sort of event in that aspect, that would be so sick. I've never skated these tubes before. It's kind of cool. All right, so there's one more Halloween park left to explore. I'm just gonna quickly take a sip of my coffee. To all of you coffee connoisseurs and drinkers, I'm from Canada, so most people just go to Tim Hortons. Personally, I'm not a Tim Hortons kind of guy. I'm I'm a slave to the bougie, good quality coffee. Unashamedly, yep. I love it. Phil and Sebastian's is my jam here in Calgary. So I haven't really explored all this too much. I think, is this another maze? This looks like another maze of some kind. Oh, okay. This is a mood. Really? Okay, let's drop in. Sure. This is sick. The lighting is so sick. Yeah. If this is them just like kind of, I mean, in another way, in another way of putting it, if this is them just kind of showing off to like what they are capable of doing in terms of like lighting and creating like spaces of atmosphere. Yeah. Guys, I hope you run with this because this is cool. And if you could add like lighting like that to like the item drop menu section, that'd be so sick. So I understand, like, obviously this isn't a spot you would spend hours um in because I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a street skater. It just it doesn't it's not an exciting spot to me. The lighting is cool, so for filming that would make sense, right? But um yeah, let's see what else they came up with here. The ambiance is, again, it like this, they did a good job on nailing the themes, or at least, yeah, I don't know. I think they need to put in some more effort on the street side of their courses. That is a massive ramp. That is, Tony Hawk would be proud. Am I allowed to say that? He's got his own game. I'm starting to really actually get used to the transition in this game, which is like pumping and stuff. I tend to use the triggers. I know there's kind of other ways of being able to pump, like pressing forward, I think, but I find the triggers actually make the most sense to me. Little backside revert there. Yeah. Again, like vert for me doesn't exactly get me excited to spend a lot of time here. But that's just me. What's that down there? What is that? Is that another lighting experience? Looks like it. Oh, what? There's something down there too. There's two ways of getting in here. Okay. Was it B? Yeah, there we go. Let's slide in. Whoa, okay. Oh man. Wow, this is a vibe. Happy Halloween, guys. This is cool. Yeah, these lights are sweet. Honestly, for item drops and content creators to have access to lighting like this, it's guys, it's critical. Critical that you empower us to for people for the players who like make content and stuff. Is that fog on the ground too? Kind of looks like there is totally fog on the ground. Fog effect. Oh, that's cool. Okay, now how do I get out of this place? I'm trapped. Help! Help! Help me! Oh, okay, you can climb up. Yeah, for content creators, I feel like the item drops, the the swag you can get, the aesthetics, all of that is definitely resources and tools that empower content creators to be able to come up with their own themes and concepts for projects, which is good. But yeah, giving us like, huh? Are you guys looking at what I'm looking at? Does that look like a generator with lights on it? I'm down. I'm down. Yeah, if you guys want to just give that to us as like like an item drop. Now I feel like now I feel feels, this is like such an entitled thing to do. I'm like, all right, guys, I see the item in the map. I want it. I want this. And I want to control the lighting and the color of the lighting. Please. Please. Pretty please. You have it. It's right there. There's the lights. These ledges are sweet. I do like spending time in this area here. The most sterile LA-ish like spot in the map. The palm trees are beautiful. That's like Japan. I do like San Van. I I'm a fan of San Van. I am. Yep. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Woo! Over here. I haven't actually really skated this area all too much. Well, at least been over on this side. There's like a beach. So I'm from Canada, and the Van part of San Van I think, from my understanding, they're like their Vancouver team pulled a lot of inspiration in building San Van from like Vancouver mixed with Amsterdam, mixed with San Francisco, but I'm also getting like LA vibes, like that, like Hollywood walk area there, back there. It's kind of a hybrid of sorts. But if I was to continue staring into the distance of what I want to see in the future in this game, as far as like expansions go, I really hope that area over there is like, I really hope they're working on that to bring like a more urban styled like environment to the game, because obviously skating downtown spots is like where most skaters hang out, I think. But to have an area where there's like kind of like neighborhood street spots like that, I mean, this is like giving me like North Vancouver vibes over there. There's even like mountains. Just keep expanding it, guys. Keep expanding it. You guys are doing good. The sound effects in this game are dope. Oh. Try that again. Nollie inward heel crook. Nollie flip out. Oh. I must admit, for somebody who's been playing these games since the first one, something about the mechanics of like the grinds to me are arguably more challenging. Smith grinds, board slides are actually like pretty hard. It might be because of the settings that I have set up. Like I've turned the, let's see, is it under gameplay or general? Session marker distances, no. Gameplay. Forward push off. Is it assistance? Grind assistant 10. Maybe that's a little too high. Maybe 0. Let's try 0. Just turn it right off. See how much harder it is. Because board slides I find with the grind assist on is super hard. Because it just always locks into like no slide or tail slide. That might be a user error issue. It's probably a user error issue, but here's let's find a rail. Oh, look at that. A massive quarter pipe in the middle of traffic. Somebody has vandalized that vehicle. Or in this case, Just a street. Somebody has dropped a massive quarter pipe in the middle of the road. All right, let's try some board slides here. Woo! The bus. Oh no, it's gonna take me to the other side of the map. All right, sure, we'll hit this rail. Well, that was cool. Alley-oop 180. Yeah, see, well, I guess I was not completely over the rail. There we go, lip slide. Maybe I should just not have grind assist on. Maybe that is the answer. Oh, camera angle was a little weird there, but damn. Nope. Board slide, kickflip, front board. Oh, that was a slow flip. Okay. I think I just fixed my issue. See, I'm willing to admit that I don't always have the answer. I'm willing to change. Nollie front board to fakie. I love that trick. Ah, oh, sick. Oh man, the bails. They definitely got the bails right too. The ragdoll physics. Oh shit. Oh. Oh, I was going for a Nollie Smith there. Let's try it again. Nollie nose blunt. Okay, so that kind of like threw me over. Now that's doing a lip slide. Nollie overcrook. Yeah, I'm trying to... Oh, there we go. That was kind of weird. Maybe it's the angle I'm taking. Let's try that. Let's try less of an angle. Ooh. Oh, we got to check the replay on that one. Okay. Do a tree spot. I've climbed the tree to film this. Zoom in. Maybe focus more on the board. See, okay. Also, on controller, in order to like look up and down, you need to use the D-pad. But then there's the movement, which is the left stick. And if I was to make a recommendation, guys, it would be cool if you could just click down on the left stick. Oh, that takes the UI away. Right, and then the right stick is to... See, the D-pad arguably would be a better section for taking the UI away. and taking screenshots, because that is one thing that those are things that only require you to press one button, which is why they've put it on the clicking, like the sticks to click down. But hear me out. To give you more control over where you're looking, not in these like sections like this, it's hard on a D-pad to like look and zoom super accurately with the with the D-pad. Like I want my joystick to control that. So if they switched the picture taking button to the D-pad and then allowed you to be able to click down to switch your viewing to look up and down or zoom with a little bit more control, that would actually be better. But that's probably me just being super picky and nitpicking. And again, the frame rate is struggling. Let's try something out here. Exit this for a second. Let's go to settings. Let's go to graphics. HUD 16:9. Widescreen. What? Yeah, yes, please. HDR. High dynamic range of color. I do like that. Dynamic resolution. How do we get better frames? My question. Upscaling. Better frame stability. Texture filters. Try high. Texture quality. We'll try high. Just kind of high lighting quality. Yeah, that's important. Shadows. Wait. Textures. See, all of this is important. Mesh quality, 3D models, that's important too. Visual quality, CPU, visual effects quality, dust and splash. Okay, I don't really need that on super high. Enhanced visuals with additional effects, increases GPU load. So we'll post processing, ambient inclusion. It almost looks better with this down a little bit more. Image blur, motion blur quality off. Yes. Depth of field off. Okay. Now that we've changed that, let's go back into replay editor. We'll see if turning some of the settings down a bit helped. Just as an experiment. Oh, he's stuck. What's going on? Go back. I'm in my settings. I'm in my settings. uh, Okay, past the 1 minute mark. That's okay. Let's film something else. Get another trick here. I guess I'm not saving it, so I'm technically not really filming it. I'm just kind of exploring. Oh, that was crazy. Actually coming into that switch. There's a whole park that was created, and I'm outside outside the park skating the handrail. That's there we go. All right, let's see if the frame rate has gotten a little bit better. Zoom in. Slow it down. There we go. Nope. Still choppy. Yeah. It might just be like an early access type issue, potentially. But with that being said, they do have, again, kind of a good foundation set up there to build from. Oh shit. The sound effects, the power sliding, so sick. So satisfying. Ooh. Freaking Sean Malto. Sean Malto tricks there. Oh. I think we need to get a little higher here. Zoom in. What's a back overcook though? That a good angle is usually almost like above. Yeah, like on the other side. Basically like this. Oh. This is where keyframes is a game changer, because here I do want it to be like, it would be nice to have some zoom adjustments. Maybe I'm zoomed in a little bit too much, but ollie flip, back over crook. Yeah, the frame rate is still like somewhat choppy. It was almost nollie flip back nose blunt, but then the kind of locked in late. Let's try barley. Whoa! That foghorn or that lighthouse sound. Always reminds me of Inside Out. Like hockey team. Oh, okay. Did not want to do the blunt at the end there, but that was a pretty good barley grind. I feel like I'm getting maybe too much speed. Now I'm getting too much angle. No, too much speed. There's my board. There's the board slide. Yeah, taking the auto lock off or the grind assist. That definitely changes things. Huge power slide. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah. And coming out regular again. That was sick. Okay, let's frame it as if like we're filming from here. Zoom in. Maybe that's too far. I do like zoomed in shots. They can look pretty sick. All right, climbed this billboard. Oh yeah. Back it up a bit. Okay, this is maybe actually a trick that would be better in a wider angle. That's too wide. Yeah, on the topic of wide angle shots, what would be cool is for them to like add different like lens filters too. Because this is obviously a wide angle shot, but if you could like add the fisheye ring effect, that would be so sick. Just yeah, keep on building on the replay editor. It is like an essential tool to this game. Critical. Yeah, that was sick. What do you guys think? Should I actually put together like a full cinematic film, skate film? Is that something you guys would want to see? Let me know. Nollie Feeble. That was a little bit too much speed. Oh, that wasn't good. Oh, that wasn't good either. Okay, we'll try nollie heel no slide. Nope. Oh! Get the lines going. Oh, damn. That was bad. Oh, it's a good lock. Yeah, you take the auto grind lock off, and it actually makes the game so much harder. And if that's what you're looking for, it's possible. It's definitely possible. So, yeah. It's getting close to like a 2 hour stream. I think I'll probably end in about 15 minutes here, but um yeah, so I just want to state that these streams aren't sponsored, and my opinion of the game is it's not influenced by anything other than my my own free thinking perspective. Put it that way. I don't have a whole lot of freedom left in this world, but being able to express my thoughts on stream, see if yeah, it can spur on a conversation with anyone would be nice to practice that. Hopefully people answer. But YouTube is a sea. It is an ocean of content creators. So I know my odds. I know my odds aren't good, but that just makes anyone who connects with me special. I do have a Discord channel that I am on regularly, and as I said before, I do play a lot of Warzone, and I haven't played a lot of Motorsport recently, because I've been grinding away on Warzone, working on my loadouts, and also playing a lot of Skate. So I'm not really stuck to one game per se, but I'm also not going to make content on games that I have like zero interest in. So I'm open-minded, but to a degree. I do want to be here actually enjoying and having fun with the games that I stream on YouTube and the content that I create. I actually like this spot and this like little gate rail. It's sick. While most people will fly past that gate, I like to hit it. As V says, just hit it. Okay, V. Yeah, see, taking the auto lock off, the grind assist. Oh, damn. Yeah, see, like the seasonal event items, environmental items. If they just integrated like a whole ton of other Halloween based objects down with like the season, I don't know. I feel like it would take away from like all of this other stuff that they built up. So I kind of understand the reason why they separated those things. It makes sense. This honestly, this spot here is probably my favorite spot because this is like this right here. It oh yeah, this guy's hitting it. Nice, nice dude. Except try hitting the top one. Okay, let's end this stream on a banger. It's like Wallenberg isk ish. Oops. You Chris Cole. That's for you, brother. Wish I had some Joan Jett playing. Let's try that again, but let's try a slow 360 flip. Oh, except without entering manual. I think I was being too conservative on the sticks there. Ah, I keep on hitting the wall. That seemed more clean. Let's film it. Hell yeah. That's sick. It's got a different angle. Maybe a fisheye angle. Fisheye angle from here. A little far, you can't really see what's going on there. Damn. Freaking Wallenberg-esque type spot. Love that. Just another reason why I actually really like this map that they've created. What else should we do? Got a couple more minutes left. 360 flip. Let's try a nollie frontside front foot flip. Let's try that. Oh, that was close. Okay, this one might be a battle. Let's go. Oh, yeah, this is definitely going to be a battle. Oh. Okay, I'm not even spinning. I actually have to, like, think about... Okay, that was it. And that was also a slow flip, which is pretty crazy, but don't know if it would be possible to do that. Okay, we got the nollie frontside 180. Now we need to do the late front foot flip. Oh, come on. Oh. It's just spazzing. Okay. There we go. Oh shit. Oh man. That was freaking epic. Okay, let's get a celebration. Woo! And Yeah, that was freaking epic. That's gonna look good right here. Oh, I'm cooking. He's freaking cooking. All right, nollie, like late front foot flip. See your celebration, dude. Yeah, sky full of stars. All right. On that note, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Um, yeah, I'll be doing this on a weekly basis, uh, pretty much every weekend, every Friday, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the stream. Take what you can from it, and again, like anything that I've said during the game that kind of sparks some inspiration, or uh, if you have any questions or if you want to connect, my Discord is in um, the comments section. So, or not in the comments section, the description of the stream. Also, the opening intro and outro to my streams is I use Epidemic Sound because I find that the quality of their music for non-copyright music is absolutely the best. So definitely recommend using them if you're also a content creator. And yeah, if you want a free trial to try them out or check out their music, there is a link in the description as well that you can go to the Epidemic Sound site to get a free trial of Epidemic Sound. And yeah, so that's all I have for today. But yeah, until next stream, um, peace, love, and freedom, guys, is the foundation of a good life. And if you can, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So yeah, until next time, take care, guys.
Onde a vida passar. Onde a vida passar. Onde a vida passar.
Okay, one last thing. If you missed my other streams, check that video out here or here. I don't know, somewhere there.